Many thanks for joining me again. Before I start, just a quick whiz through the colours. We've got ultramarine, cad yellow, Payne's grey, alizarin crimson, raw sienna, burnt umber, light red. I've got my large Ron Ransonite brush. I'm using 15 by 11, £130 Fabriano. So I'm going to start off with a big brush, and just use clear water just to wet the paper all over. Then I'm going to go with a bit of raw sienna, a bit of cad yellow, bit of burnt umber in there as well. I'm going to try and just see what we can come up with. Let's get a little bit water down here. Probably down a little bit too strong. I'm just going to use clear water just to lighten it a little bit here and there. There's going to be a tree line up here, so I don't want to do it too dark. That'll do, I think. So the distant trees then, I'm using same three colours really. And then when I need it a bit darker, I'll add a bit of ultramarine just to really darken it up. So the trees, they're going to be somewhere, actually we want it a bit darker than that, don't we? Maybe a bit of ultramarine just to get it a little bit darker. So these are the distant trees, just using the corner of the height brush. Something like so. And make it down there like that. Then I'm going to give that a quick dry. Not all over, just a little bit. And I want some stronger, darker trees in front of those ones. So same mix, but I'm adding a bit of ultramarine to it just to get some really dark bits now. See how dark they are? You know, pushing that up into those trees there. And these are like shadows and ones just in front. Maybe a little flicks here and there, maybe a few tree trunks. Up there like that. I'm going to clean the brush. I'm going to go, because I want to go slightly lighter now. So I might just go with a bit of raw sienna. Bit of raw sienna. Just leaving all these bits unpainted. That's like the snow. Ultramarine, I don't want it too dark. Just working out that path's coming down here slightly. Clean the brush because I want to go back to the light. Something like that. And move over to this left hand side. Dark. A bit of ultramarine. There's going to be some trees going up there, so push that up there a little bit. Just come down there like that. Now again, all that flat against the easel. I just want this paper flat now. With a quick dry, because I want to put some trees up there. So back, sticking with the height brush, I could use the rigger, but it's a lot easier putting them in with the hay. So dark mix, so a bit of brown, a bit of blue, you can get really as good as black almost. I'm not even using Payne's grey, just brown, blue. Just enough water in the brush, just hold all the edges together, got like a nice chisel edge like that. And I'm going to start down here, and then these trees are going up something like that. Keep them fairly thin. I'm going to cut one straight across that light, a bit like that, just to maximum contrast. Some on the angle, some going upright, some going slanting sideways, one up there like that. Switch to the rigger brush, let's do a few limbs and branches and twigs and whatnot. So we've got a few going across there and down and up and round. Some on the floor down there. Just a load of twigs and things, just all sorts going on there. Now I want a dry brush now. I want to brush some bits across the snow, but I don't want to do too much. So just making sure quite dry. I'm just dabbing it now. It's very, very light. Just testing it there. So I'm just thinking something like. See, I just want looking for sort of tracks, just very light, something like that. Just dabbing into the blue. Just popping just little things here and there. Just look very. I'm just dabbing in the brush like that, very, very light, and I'm just flicking down like that. It just looks like things just growing here and there. I'm trying to leave plenty of white for the snow. Dab into the brown again, just very easy to overdo. So I'd recommend just do a couple of strokes, then stop. Stand at the back of the room, have a look at it. If it looks okay, do another couple. If you feel as if you're overdoing it all the time, switch to the rigger, bit of brown, bit of blue. And I'll put a few more strokes in with a brush. Just flicking it up. I'm just holding it right at the end like that. Right in like that, and just sort of flick it up like that. A few down here, a few. Just some things just going all over the place. Right, shadows. Now, before I do the shadows, it needs to be dry. So, get the air dried out. For a shadowy colour, just mix a bit of blue, just give it a bit of crimson in there, just a touch more water. It needs to be transparent, I don't want it too thick. Right, shadows. I'd imagine the sun's over here somewhere, so the shadows have just been cast straight across. Like that. A few more. A few shadows amongst this lot as well. And we've got a few shadows amongst the trees over there. Quick dry. so I'm switching to my little brush, the smallest brush I've got, and I'm just going straight into the red. Straight into the red. Starting off with his body, so red, and then I'm going into blue. Blue, so I'm doing the first leg coming down, it's just slightly bent. As well, right there, and then we've got a little dog there. Obviously they need their own little shadows. Little bird up here flying around, and then finally I'm just going to stick my name down in the corner and call that one finished. So let's see what that looks like with the mounts on. So here's the finished painting, the mounts. If we're going to have a closer look at it. This sky and background, it was predominantly raw sienna, burnt umber and a bit of cad yellow. Used the same mix for those distant trees, and then added a bit of ultramarine to the same mix again, just to make it really dark again, just and scraped out a few tree trunks here and there all the way along. The unpainted bits of white paper, that's meant to represent the snow, little bits snow sticking out here and there, and then more in the foreground area where the path sweeps round towards the viewer. Used a chisel edged hake to produce these quite slim tree trunks. You could use a rigger brush if you like, but I find it easy with the hake, and then with the rigger added a few twigs and branches. Also a few longer grasses as well added with the rigger throughout the foreground area, scattered about. A few more down here as well amongst the shadows. So if you imagine our sun over on the left hand side casting the shadows straight across the foreground, left to right. Then we got a little man walking his dog, they got little shadows cast off them as well. Well, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoy that. You can join me over on Patreon if you want to watch more videos. You can post your own paintings as well on there in the community page. You'll see the link down in the description. So until next time, thanks for watching. Keep practicing. Any questions, please ask, and I'll see you again soon.